unORDINARY is a completely ordinary webtoon about a kid in superhero school, just like My Hero Academia. But don't worry guys, it's totally not a ripoff of My Hero Academia. It stars, black-haired anime protagonist and girl as they try to, watch as they face off against, Arlo? Maybe he's the villain? Or is it Ember? Is that a person? A group? I just have no fucking idea. Read, as one of the most liked comics online Webtoon puts the school back in superhero school and trades in the interesting and fun superpowers for Angry Birds, class projects, and going to the mall. Sit in frustration, as every piece of world building is either absent or makes no fucking sense. Why did they ban a book? Is it normal for books to be banned in this universe? Is the only way Ember tracks supers is through teddy bears at the mall? Why is everyone so overly violent? Where are the teachers all the time? Like seriously, this kid gets beat up every day and no one cares? Where are the other powerless kids? Are there any other powerless kids? I honestly don't know. I only read up to chapter 50. Become bored with the cookie-cutter anime art style and flat scenes as the characters stiffly move like they are trying to hold in a fart. Immerse yourself in the lazily 3D rendered world of Wellston Private High School, where everyone is too busy trying to be exactly like a Japanese anime to notice that there is no plot.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
My Academia. Hey guys, lowest common denominator here. Today I'm here to talk about a very popular webtoon, online webtoon, called unORDINARY. And as you can see, it is one of the most popular in fantasy. It is also the most popular in action and superhero. Now, you may be thinking, ooh, that must be pretty good if it's the top spot in all those categories. And you'd be right to think that, but you'd be wrong in your assumption, because this is, you'll see. Now, we're going to start off with the prologue, and we're going to read a few chapters into this. We're going to just kind of skim through it real quick, just so everyone can get a good grasp on the quality, the true quality of this series. So this is the prologue. It starts off with about this kid. The main character's dad wrote a book, and is about a guy who lived amongst a world of people with no superpowers. But as you will see, this is just the only place this takes place is the book, because there is no one else in this entire series that I've read so far, up to chapter 50, that is anything but superpowered. Even the main character, who claims to be a cripple, is not. He's 100% just, he has superpowers, and is very, very explicitly foreshadowed throughout the entire series. It's barely even a spoiler that I say that. And unORDINARY. And let's see, Wellston Private High School. It starts off, okay, so, alright, bad impression on me immediately, because that is a 3D background, and that really ruffles my jammies a lot, because that is the laziest way you can do backgrounds. I mean, come on, just draw them. It's when you're doing a modern day, setting, it's so easy. All you got, it's just squares, man. It's just squares. It takes no time at all. Just use a couple rulers, some pens, and some markers. And even on computer, it's even easier. If you're on Clip Studio or whatever, you can it's so easy. You could even get a grid, like background, and just kind of put it, fade it into the background and draw on that. Man, this is at least trace over it. This is just so lazy. Yeah, more lazy 3D cafeteria. It makes me so mad. But yeah, so this is the first instance of the over violence in this series, because as you can see, they're about to fight over this dumbass piece of cake. They're using superpowers just in the middle of the day, in the middle of school. I guess there's no one else in this cafeteria besides these two, but yeah, they're fighting with their superpowers. Electricity Girl and I can't remember this guy's power. It's revealed later on. I don't think it ever shows it here, though. Oh yeah, he's got shields. So he's got shields. And he's the most powerful person in the school. He's got shields. And here is our main character. Unordinary. Let's just cover that up. Alright, so let's go on to Chapter 2. Okay, so Unordinary Chapter 2, Episode 1, or should I say. Okay, so, The Phantom Menace. Alright, so yeah, okay, so we start off, we're in school, and no one likes school, because school is boring. And that's why this entire series is set there, because there's nothing interesting that happens. But no, other series has done the cool school setting, right? Just look at Ned's Declassified, you know, for inspiration. But this has none of that. In fact, okay, so everyone here is supposed to be like a superhero, right? They have superpowers, except for our main character, who's only hiding his superpowers. But yeah, so everyone hates school, and I do too, because this school is boring and nothing happens, and teachers just, what is he even saying? It's information overload, Pythagorean theorem. Let's see, splits up in two smaller right triangles. Ooh, it looks like he just copied and pasted out of a textbook. All right, so then, yeah, teachers being boring. Who knows about school math, right? Alright, so, yeah. And then, yeah, who wants to answer the question? Oh, I do. No, I want to use the bathroom. Oh, I'm pissed. I'm mad. Yeah. She's scary. Yeah, and then gets hit by the chalk, because teacher's violent too, because everyone in this world is just such an asshole. Everyone in this is an asshole. Even the main character, you find out he has a deep, dark backstory where he was also an asshole and used to walk around 3D environments just like this one, because they use the same damn hallway and every fucking thing. Alright, yep, more violence, because we needed that. Uh-oh, they used the word shit. Every other time after this, they censor it, but this time they decide to use it. How creative. Okay, yep. Violence. And you know what? You know, I'm not, like, against violence or anything. You know, I like violence. Like, I like action and shit. But this is just... Everyone is just... So... Look. Oh, look. They're fighting over a pen. They're fighting over a pen. A pen, man. I know this is supposed to be funny. And, you know, if this was a isolated incident, I'd accept it. But this... They're fighting over a damn pen. Like, this is just, like, every day. Like, you know, they fought over a piece of cake. The teacher hit the guy with the chalk. We're barely even 2 chapters in. This is supposed to be, like, what, the first chapter? Yes, this is the first episode, and we've already had, like, 8 fights. So, yeah, now they're gonna fight with lasers, because that's the only powers they could think of. Lasers. Alright, yeah, and he's gotta go take a shit, so he's running away. Alright, yeah, on to Chapter 2. Okay, so, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, because this is basically just a My Hero Academia clone, but a really, really bad one. Oh yeah, this is another more violence. Start out this different violence. This happening at the same time. He ran away from the other violence to get caught up into this violence. Watch. And watch this. Okay. We see him talking down to this little kid. And, oh, by the way, this kid also has powers. They're just shitty ones. Okay, so they beat him up, boring. Oh, and flat action scene. I got a problem with this. It's so boring. There's nothing interesting about this. It's just bumping into a guy, drawn at the 3/4 angle. They could have drawn this dynamically, but they didn't. So it's just lame and boring. Oh, you saved me, sir. You saved me, senpai. Okay, yep, and he's got to be an anime character, so he's like, keep your hands to yourself. And this guy's like, what? Who are you? Who the hell do you think you are? You're just the school cripple. Oh yeah, the main character's name is John. His name is John. It's John. Yep, he used the word ballsy, which I appreciate. Yeah, then he fights him, blocks him. Oh, this guy, he's really good at fighting. He's so good at fighting that he can block. But this is an okay panel. That's fine. You know, I'll give that one a pass. That's a good one. Then he's like, back off, chump. And then this guy's like, I have neon powers. Next chapter. Okay, chapter 3. Revenge of the Shit. Because this just keeps coming. So yeah, this guy apparently, okay, so he doesn't have neon powers. He has the powers of greed from Full Metal Alchemist. And I guess, you know, you could do worse than stealing from that one, because that's a good one right there. But yeah, see, like I told you, invisibility kid over here, he has powers, but they're shit. Okay, yeah, so he fights him. And oh, this time he's not as badass as he thought he was, and he gets his ass kicked. So yeah, he's like, oh, he's rock solid, like Greed from Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, yeah, then he gets it. He's got a plan. But he laughs like the Joker for a minute, and this guy's like, what are you laughing? Because I am an anime character. And then he walks over, he tries to be cool. Like, don't you know? I'm the main character. Wallach. That's a fucking dumb name. Okay. Oh yeah, then you have good names like Serafina. We won't dwell on that. And then he's like, uh-oh, I bet I could beat you without powers. Oh yeah, now we start censoring words, because I don't really know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If you're gonna like imply it, just say it. Like it's the same thing. Like, you know, if you're not gonna do that, just say shut the dang up, or shut the heck up. You know, it's like not even. Just if you're gonna say it, if you're gonna do that, just put the real word up there. Alright, yep, dodges, and then he throws him out the window. Ooh, very flatly. Crash, and yep, it's funny, guys. Oh look, they used the word shit. I guess you can say that one. Okay, yep, and he's got a broken arm, so now he has to go to the infirmary, which could become a very reoccurring motif, I guess you could call it, in this wonderful webcomic. Okay, so we're going to the next chapter. We're going to chapter 5. Alright, so now we are at the infirmary, which is a, yep, he comes here a lot. So John, back again with the broken arm. So yeah, he's but he's pissed. The doctor's pissed. You dumb cripple, why are you always getting hurt by these very violent students that we don't do anything about? Episode 4. I would say A New Hope, but, you know, I lost a lot of hope. I lost all hope a long time ago. So, yeah. So apparently, okay, he makes potions, which I'd be fine with, but I think he has other powers. I'm not sure if that is his power, to make potions. Like, does he secrete the potions out of his nipples? Like, I'm not really sure how this works. Like, it's very strange, and honestly, I don't want to think about it anymore because it's kind of wigging me out. Okay, but then it's like that scene from The Last Jedi where Luke Skywalker milks the big nipple creature. Oh, all right. So yeah, and then he's mad because he's gonna lose his job because of this kid, even though, Well, everyone else seems to be fine with all this violence going on, so I don't think that anybody would blame him for trying to help out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, look at that! Look at that look! It's so sexy, such a sexy side eye. Oh, I think I'm starting to understand why people like this one so much. All right, but then why do people think that scary is funny? Like, I've seen this a couple times in here already. That teacher before in like chapter 1 or whatever, like the teacher was funny because she was mad. Oh, and she's scary. But you know what? It's like, yeah, it's like that's not the only joke you can use. You know, maybe try a different one. I don't know. Like, okay, it'd be scary if they weren't like, or it'd be funny if they weren't already like scary. Like they're teachers or authority figures. Yeah, there's kind of like a stigma that comes with that. That people are like not really scared of them, but you know, they're whatever. So like, but like if it was like a cute little like thing and then it was scary, like Jigglypuff from Smash, you know, that piece of shit's that's a scary ass bitch right there, because you know it can one hit KO you. But for all you Smash players out there, you know that's throwing a ball in your court. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, yep. Scary, funny, I guess. Okay, yeah, and then we see this again. It's the female character named Girl, because I'm not saying her real name because it's fucking dumb. Yep, and the texting, add epic music texting. So yeah, more of that. Hey, you know what? I like this guy. He's got anime on the background. That's pretty cool. You got anime on the brain. Oh, not a schoolgirl. Yep, and then yeah, John. Yep, that's his name. Yep, there she is. And they're texting. Uh-oh, but it's funny. Ha 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 ha. Uh-oh. They're being anime characters. What fun. What a joy. Oh, here it comes. Oh no, I hoped I wouldn't have to look at this again. I prayed to every deity on the planet. I didn't want to see this again, but I guess we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to go in. I don't know if I can do it. No, please don't ask. No. He's playing Flappy Bird. Oh man. Okay. Alright. Yep. But it gets better, because she is also a Flappy Bird champ. Yep. And then that chapter ends. Okay. So, episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back. I guess. I don't know. I can't think of a funny one for this one. Alright, so. They hear some rumbling. They hear a little bit of rumbling. Then the teacher, the nurse or whatever, rushes out. But he's scary still. You better stay here, kid. Yeah, don't worry, Doc. I'll stay. I'll do what you tell me. Okay, yeah. Then let's get out of here. Yeah, they leave. 3D rendered school. Look, okay, alright, so I'd like to point out this happened today and this happened today. Actually, this happened like 5 minutes ago and this happened now. Yeah, I don't think this is just a bad day. If you read further, you will understand that this is an everyday occurrence. You think that with all this destruction, they would keep a handle on this kind of stuff, but they don't. It just stays like this. But no one really tried really hard on these backgrounds, so I don't think they cared too much. Yep, no good cripple. Gonna beat him up. There he is. Time to beat him up again. I just tried to beat him up 5 minutes ago. Uh-oh, grabbed him. Uh-oh. Gonna have a fight scene. Uh-oh. Punch, 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 punch. Uh-oh. You know what? I would give this props if they used that cast in a creative way. Like, what if, like, his cast was, like, just as hard as this guy's hardening ability, right? Then you can make him punch him, and then, like, you can block with the cast, and it'd be a cool fight scene. But, you know what? They don't do that. They don't do that at all. Instead, they have to show how his little girlfriend over here is the most powerful bitch on the block. And I guess she is. She has powers. I can't really remember what they are. Because, again, this isn't really a superhero show or comic. This is a school show that doesn't have a plot because we're 5 chapters in. And if you can tell me what the plot is, I would be very interested to know. Because I can't tell. Suck it. Yep. Uh-oh. The bitch is back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was just staying there outside. You know, he's, uh-oh. No, I got hit in the face by a girl. Yep, and then yep, that was anticlimactic. So, well, we're never going to have any type of drama whenever she's not around. Because, or whenever she's around, because, oh, she's the baddest bitch in town. Which means that's her character. Her character is girl, and she's tough. That's it. Now, I will say he has a little bit more going on if you read further. Like, right now, he's just, like, kind of just a wuss. But, you know, like, later on, you know, he's got a couple layers. You know, it's alright. It's okay, you know. Alright, yeah, don't waste my time. Oh, yep. Oh, there he is. He's saying what we're all thinking. Oh, then he tries to punch him? Again, they hate the F word, but they'll censor bitch, but not shit. I don't understand that. Okay. Yeah, but bonk. And then it's down. He's down because she's so powerful. Oh yeah, she can manipulate time. I'm not sure how that makes her so good at fighting, but that's what she can do. Or like not so good at fighting. Of course, it would make her good at fighting, but I don't know how it makes her so strong. Yeah. Oh, and now we get to go to the next chapter. The epic, the renowned, the cool, the what? Oh yeah. Okay. Well. Thank God, I don't think my heart could stand the next cool scene that's right after this just yet. Instead, we're gonna focus on some more violence. Yep, he's getting onto him for being violent until he smacks their heads together violently because, you know, I guess he can fix it, so why the hell not? Yep. Look at that face, it's so sexy. Oh, I just want to reach into the screen and caress his hairy chin. Uh-oh. This kid's beat up too. And now he's mad. Now I'm pissed. Maybe he's the villain? Maybe he's the villain? Who knows? He's not. There's no villain. It's all just, Oh, yes. Finally. Now we're at the coffee shop. Whew. This is so exciting. Uh-oh. The Ember Gang strikes again at the coffee shop. No, it actually doesn't strike at the coffee shop. It just strikes somewhere else. And all we see is this probably interesting and cool plot-related details happen on a TV screen in the background. Yep. Then we're drinking coffee. That's it. Coffee. Drinking coffee. You got a super-powered gang going around killing superheroes. But we're drinking coffee. I'm talking about school. That's what we're doing. Drinking coffee. Talking about school. There's cool stuff going on in this universe, apparently, but we don't know any of it. We don't get to see any of it. We don't see any of it happen. Instead, we got to tag along with Kirito and girl's date over here. Yep. She was born strong. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Some more Ember stuff. See, this chick's interested. This chick doesn't care what's going on here. Why don't we see her story? It's probably at least just as interesting as these two. Ecstatic. Okay. But look at that, man. Look, he's beat up. Man, there's a fight going on there. You know, look, he's got like a brand on him. You know, that's cool. You know, these guys are supposed to be the quote-unquote bad guys, but guess what? I'm up into chapter 50, and they haven't showed up fucking once. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Yep. Actually, there really is no villain to this. Like I said in the little section in front, there's nothing to this. It's just there's no conflict. I think there's conflict, but there's no persistent conflict that the characters have to overcome. It's just the fact that the world we live in a society type thing, and it's no good. It's not even like a parallel to life. Like there's no like lesson to be learned or any of that. It's just all this just boring, flat garbage, and then an action scene every now and again, and that's it. That's what this episode was. Episode 6. It was just a fucking coffee shop. That's all there was. We had hints of maybe a fun thing going on. You know, maybe some intrigue right here. You know, with this superhero gang, but we don't get to see any of it. We don't get to experience that storyline that might be interesting. No. We're drinking coffee. Coffee. Next chapter. Okay, episode 7, right? Episode 7. So, this is where the comic probably should have started. Okay, this would be a very good setup. The kid shows up. Our main character, he shows up. He's a transfer student to this 3D background world, and he has to like learn everything about like the school or whatever. And that would have been a good introduction, like My Hero Academia. In that show, when Deku wants to go to oh man, I'm blanking on it. What the hell, man? I love this freaking show. He has to go to UA, right? And when he is our vehicle into this world of like superhero school, right? But here it starts us off where he's already like in this class, and then he has to fight some people or run away from some people. And then he meets his girlfriend, and we're just kind of thrust in the middle of it, and we don't really understand what's going on. We don't really have any context for the world. All we see is just, you know, a bunch of people, you know, beating each other up with lasers and shit. And they fight over like pens and cake and shit like that. But there's no like we have no grid for what's going on in this world. We don't know what this world is like. This would have been a very good place to start. Like he could have like transferred in from the country or something. Oh, this is my first time living in the city. I can't wait to see what city life is like in this superpowered world. But it didn't start like that. It just plopped awkwardly into episode 7. So yeah, he introduces himself, and then we go over like basically everything that we already knew from the previous chapters. It's just I guess a refresher, a repeat. And he's like, "Oh, I thought this was going to be academics based." But he's not even that good at like academics, as you see later on. Okay, so yeah, then we get, I expected it to be different. And okay, so then they greet. You know, there's a little bit of meet and greet. This girl's like, "Oh, this new kid's kind of cute. I'm gonna say hi to him." And then you know, they're making small talk, and school, homeschooled, which that would have been a good origin story. And yeah, that would have been a homeschool. That would have been a very good origin story. And but yeah, so yeah, then you see the main girl lady. You know, she's just kind of staring out the window like an anime character, and yeah, she's staring out the window. But then they asked the question, "So John, what kind of ability do you have?" And everybody wants to know. And this would have been a cool intro, like, "Oh, I don't have any powers." That would have been great. That would have been fun for the first chapter. And then you would have hooked me at least. And this is actually, you know what? Of all the chapters I've read so far, if this one was first, it is the most interesting. It has a good flow. The art's not as bad. Like, look, this the way it does this. This is great. This is like exactly what it should have been in chapter 1. And then it's got a consistent tone. It's very good. But yeah, she doesn't have an ability. Then you learn that, oh, we really don't like people without abilities around here, so they push them away. I could have done without that, but the world is what the world is. It's super violent or whatever. I don't get why it is. They really should explain why, but they don't. So yeah. But then they're like, gross, I can't believe... And that's kind of like how high school is anyway, If you've ever been to high school, it's kind of a shit show, and people are very judgmental of you. But just in general, I guess it's a little extreme in this, but that is somehow... sometimes that's how it is. But yeah, so he's sad that he's rejected. And then maybe you could have him get along with a group of kids who are not maybe the most powerful people in this world or whatever. Like the kid who was turning invisible earlier, you could have had him in there and a couple other people, and they could have had a good dynamic. And then it could have been growing from there. But no. Instead, we're just we're gonna let him get beat up a bunch. Because that's fun. I guess we have to have an action quota. So we gotta awkwardly shove it in just wherever it doesn't make any sense. Yep, there's a hierarchy here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it was fine up until... Okay, from the first part of this chapter up until here, great. That's exactly what they needed to do. And it would have been fun. It could have even set itself apart a little bit from My Hero Academia. Instead of just being like, oh, I like that there's a school full of superpowers in My Hero Academia. Instead, it's just... In this, it's just, yeah, we're just doing the boring school stuff, and the powers kind of take a back seat. In My Hero Academia, they take the front seat, and that's what it's about. It's about Deku trying to learn and hone his powers. But even if, maybe start off start off with the fact that this kid doesn't want to use his powers. Maybe he has a conviction about it, and maybe his parents said don't use your powers, and maybe he has a sad backstory where his dad beat him or something because he didn't use them, or because he didn't want him to use them. Maybe they looked down upon this incredibly superpowered kid. So then you would have had to put up with a bunch of stuff. Maybe he learns to use his powers for good. Maybe he learns to be a heroic person instead of just a bystander. But in this, it seems like he is already kind of heroic, but he just hides his powers for whatever reason. So, yeah, they try to beat him up. Because that's what's going on. That's what's going on in this world. It's incredibly boring. And then we get to... Yep. This is what I wish I was doing instead of this. Sleeping. And, yep. Alright. That's as far as I want to read. They go to the mall after this, and I can't put myself through that. I've already put myself through so much in this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and rate it. So we're gonna rate it at 5 stars in 3 categories, and then we'll kind of combine those to give an overall rating. So we have art. The art is fine. It's serviceable. It's a little flat. But it never dips into bad. It's flat. The 3D backgrounds kind of irk me too. I'll try to be fair though. I'm gonna give it a 3 stars in the art category. I'd like to give it 2. the stars. Okay, this is what they kind of mean. All right. The 1 star is awful. 2 stars is bad. 3 stars is average. 4 stars is good, and 5 stars is great. So yeah, this is an average on the art scale. And then we have story. Oh, there's nothing here. Like, there's hints of something that could be there because of what it's inspired by and what people have done better. But there's nothing. It's just school, not even drama. There's like even hardly any of that. So I'm gonna give it a 1 because it's bad. It's really bad. And then the characters. Now, every character around the main character is non-existent. Like, everyone's either just violent or doesn't have any personality or is very derivative of like an anime character type personality. The only one who has anything going on with him is the main character. So I'm not gonna give it like awful. I'm not gonna give it 1 star. I'm gonna give it 2 stars because they almost are up to something, but there's nothing there still. Like, you can't float a story like this with all these characters on the strength of the main character alone. Like, again, My Hero Academia, it has all of these side characters who are all well defined in their personalities, and you know what they're about, and you know who they are, and you know their powers, and they're all uniquely designed. Everyone here is just a generic anime character. And there's nothing really like unique about them, except for maybe their hair color. That's the only thing that stands out about any of these characters. It was just kind of lazy. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2 on that scale. So we have a 1 on the story, 2 on the characters, and a 3 on the art. So I'm gonna say that's an average of a 2. So I'm gonna say this is bad. It's bad. I wouldn't recommend it. Go read My Hero Academia. It's a lot better. Hell, go watch Sky High. Go watch any of the X-Men films. Like, anything but this. Like, and again, if you really wanted anime school superpowers, My Hero Academia. It's a lot better. Go read that. Yeah, that's really all I got to say about it. So, yeah, that's it. Hey guys, if you've liked what you've seen here today, please like, share, and subscribe. There's more content like this coming in the future, so stay tuned. Also, if you like webcomics or just comics in general, please check out my own comic called The Last Resort. It's online webtoon. It's traditionally drawn with pencils, inks, and watercolors. Alternatively, the link is in the description. Thank you very much.